Hi guys, welcome back to Guru Beauty. I'm Jodie and I wanted to talk about Bourjois today. For all of you Aussie girls who can get yourselves off to Priceline sometime before the end of August, there is a fantastic deal posted online. If you visit the website www.bourjoisoffer.com.au, and I will post a link to that down below, you can get $10 off any Bourjois product at Priceline. It's a barcode basically on that website that you're going to get on your phone, but you just have that on your phone, take that to Priceline, they'll try to scan it. If you're like me, they won't be able to scan the barcode, so they'll plug in the numbers from your phone and it will automatically take $10 off any Bourjois item. Now you can only use this once per transaction, but just put through different transactions. I've done that and it's absolutely fine. So the rules here are: present this barcode on your mobile phone at any Priceline Bourjois stockist to receive $10 off your next Bourjois purchase. The conditions are: limit 1 voucher per person per transaction, valid till the 31st of August 2012, and not valid for use in conjunction with any other offer. So that is a fantastic exclusive offer for anyone who's after something from Bourjois from Priceline. I've used this a couple of times and it works. It's fantastic. So do get yourself off to Priceline if you have been thinking about purchasing something from Bourjois. I thought this was a perfect opportunity just to share with you my Bourjois makeup collection and to let you know what my thoughts are. So I'm going to start with the foundations that I own from Bourjois, and I have 4 of them. 2 of them are from the very, very popular Healthy Mix range. So there is one that is the Healthy Mix 16-hour perfectly glowing complexion and toned skin foundation, and then there is another one that's called the Healthy Mix Serum foundation, and that's a gel foundation. The original Healthy Mix is an extremely popular item. A lot of people rave about this product. It's a great everyday foundation. It's going to give you medium coverage, not a matte finish. It does say that it gives you a glowing complexion and toned skin. It does have radiance boosting ingredients in it. I use mine in the color 53 now, is my winter skin tone. It's in really fantastic plastic packaging with a pump on top, really nice and light for travel. This would be the one out of the 2 Healthy Mixes that I would recommend for those like me with a combination to oily complexion. The other Healthy Mix foundation that I have is the Healthy Mix Serum foundation. This one is a gel formulation. It's going to give you a lighter coverage than the regular Healthy Mix, more so for people with dry skin. This also claims, like the original Healthy Mix, to have 16 hours of radiance boosting, even revived complexion. And this is just going to give you, as I said, they say semi-matte, quite a light coverage. If you like light coverage foundations, if you have dry skin, this is going to be a good one for you. The other 2 foundations that I have are 2 of Bourjois' newest foundations. The first one is the Flower Perfection, and if you have watched the beautiful My Husband Does My Makeup, this is the foundation that Tony applies to my face, and I don't know if he does it justice, but again I have this in number 53, Beige Clair, or Light Beige, and this also claims a 16-hour wear. And while none of the Healthy Mix foundations that I've just showed you have any SPF, the Flower Perfection does have SPF 15. It does come in a glass bottle. It does have a pump with a rather bulky plastic lid that goes on top, including a sponge that I've never used. Don't like the look of that sponge very much. But it does say that it gives you a smooth, beautified complexion. Now this is going to give you Bourjois' fullest coverage. So out of the 3 boxes, they've shaded in 3 boxes compared with like the Healthy Mix Serum, which has 1 out of 3 boxes in terms of coverage. It does say it gives you a matte finish, and I would go along with that. So that's what the 53 looks like on my hand. It does certainly give great coverage. It does last nicely all day from what I've found. It does help to eliminate pores, especially with a primer, and I really like that matte full coverage of the Flower Perfection, and I would recommend this to people who like things like Revlon's Colour Stay but find that a little bit difficult to blend in time. This is just a nice, it feels like a more modern formulation than the Colour Stay. And then the last foundation is Bourjois' newest foundation. It's their 1, 2, 3 Perfect foundation, and they talk about correcting pigments in this one. So they've got yellow pigments for anti-dark circles, mauve pigments for an anti-dull complexion and green pigments for anti-redness. I really have only used this once. I did wear it today. This is about 14 hours after I applied it. I've touched up with powder and bronzer and everything, so I don't know if this is a great indication of what it looks like after 14 hours, but I really do like this foundation. I am quite a fan. Now this one has SPF 10. It talks about 24-hour hydration, gives you second skin melting texture, and it comes in a glass bottle with a plastic pump. So I love the fact that all of the Bourjois foundations that I have do come with a pump. It really makes you never want to use a foundation that doesn't have a pump on it ever again. I did quite like this foundation just from the first day's wear that I wore it today. And while I don't see what Bourjois' claim is to coverage, I would describe this one as a medium coverage, but I would say this is a pretty matte foundation along the same lines as the Flower Perfect. So if you like the idea of a medium buildable coverage that is quite matte and quite long lasting, I would give this one a go. I'm not really sure what I noticed about color correcting, but a pretty nice foundation. Then on to concealers. I only own one concealer from Bourjois, and it is their Healthy Mix Anti-Fatigue. And I'm not sure what I think about this one. I got this one to cover my under eye circles. It does say it's a correcting concealer that contains apricot for radiance and raspberry for microcirculation activation. It's a moisturizing formula that's oil-free. I have this in the color 52 for under my eyes. So I've just put it on in the middle there. You can see how light it is. It definitely is a creamy formulation. I know a lot of people do really like this concealer. It's not holy grail for me in terms of coverage or longevity, but it is definitely a popular concealer. I'm not sure if I would repurchase that one. Then on to bronzers. Bourjois actually has some really popular bronzers on the market, and I think probably what makes them popular, one of the things that make them popular, is how close they are to chocolate in appearance and also to smell. I've got their 2 bronzing powders in the chocolate design. The packaging is just ingenious. I got the 51 and the 52. These are definitely for people who want a lighter bronzer. This is what it looks like in the packaging when you open it. You've got the chocolate squares, which is just lovely. So these bronzers are going to be quite light. If you're someone who shies away from bronzing but want to give it a bit of a try, I would recommend these. They're certainly buildable. So if you can just see the 2 shades there on my wrist, the number 52 reminds me more of a reddy brown, while the 51 is a lot more orange. So just depending on your complexion, you can kind of decide there between the 2, 51 and 52. And then the third bronzer that I have is their newest bronzer. It has been out on the market for a while, but it's this one in the nifty packaging. It says that it has SPF 15. It has cocoa bean and orange blossom extract for radiance and hydration. I got the one in the shade number 12 for fair to medium skin. So the compact opens up like that. You've got a nice size mirror, but the wonderful thing about the mirror is that it's also a swivel. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the benefit is, but you can fold it down flat, or you can, you know, swivel it all the way around, which is kind of just cool packaging in itself. It does come with a nice sized brush for bronzing in the compact. This one has a really nice smell. It reminds me of something from my childhood. I'm not sure what, but I do like the smell. It's not as chocolatey as the others. If you know what this smells of, definitely let me know down below. This one just feels like nice, classy packaging, besides the fact that it is just plastic on the outside. Just that smooth swivel and the way that the bronzer is in the compact with the mirror. It's just a beautiful, nice, more of a luxurious feel packaging than the other chocolate bronzers. So I've just swatched it down here. That's the third bronzer you can see there. That is for the fair to medium skin, and it's kind of a combination of the 2 51 and 52 chocolate bronzers. It's not too orange, it's not too pink, it's a nice shade for bronzing. I would say any of those bronzers will do though. They're all fairly nice shades, but I would prefer the 52, I would say, in the chocolate bronzers, and then I like that fair to medium of the newest variety. I do have a few blushes from Bourjois. I really like this one. They have about 4 shades available in this. This is their Sculpting Duo Effect blush, and I really like this one. This one is in the shade 05 Teint Matte Rose Doré. That is the back label, so you can read the shade. It does have its own brush, which I do not like at all, but what I do like is the product itself. So you can see that it's got a lovely blush and then also more of a shimmery highlight. And they're the two shades there. You can see sort of the matte, nice, neutral, rosy color, and then that nice shimmery pink shade as well. So a nice blush and highlight there. I do really like this product quite a lot. I have two blushes as well from their little single pot range, but I don't think a whole lot of Bourjois blushes. I do own a couple, but I'm not sure that I would recommend them. The first one that I have is in the shade number 35, Lune d'Or. And it's a really nice shimmery pink. You can see that it has gold reflex there. It is quite light. I'm not sure if I can see it on my complexion when I apply it with a blush brush. It definitely is more of a shimmer than a pigmented blush. And if you can see it there, it's that third shade along. So we've got the two from the Sculpt duo, and then this is the Lune d'Or down here. So nice and pretty. I would use that more as a highlight. It's certainly not a dark pigmented blush for me. And then I'm not sure if this one is limited edition or not. It's got the Arc de Triomphe on the front, which is really nice. It has Paris written on it. And this is the number 33 Lilas d'Or, is that how I say it? But this was a really pretty color that I liked a lot. That is the shade there of the product in the pan. You can see it's a darker shade compared to the number 35 that I just showed you. It may have been limited edition. I'm not sure if you can get it still or not, but it's this last shade here. It definitely does have shimmer to it, and it's much more of a vibrant pink. It's going to give you more of a flush than that number 35. Onto some eye products. I did buy one of their Smoky Eyes trios, and this one is in the shade 02 or Baroque. You can see it just written there. And this is a really nice trio in albeit quite cheap feeling packaging. So this one has a really, really nice gold, more of a goldy kind of nice light olivey green, and then a darker, more foresty type green. These are the three shades on my hand here. I really, really like that trio. You can see that there's more shimmer to the top two shades, the gold and that goldy olive, and less shimmer there to that darker muted green. But those top two shades are just beautiful. I love that shimmery gold. I love that olivey. It's a really, really nice trio. I would definitely recommend that Smoky Eye trio. And then the other eyeshadows I wanted to talk about are the singles. I mentioned this one, the shade number 74, to you guys in a recent favorite. It's a beautiful shade of brown, and it's actually currently available at Priceline in a trio with some really beautiful highlight colors, and this is retailing at Priceline for $25. If you do buy it on its own just like that, you'll be paying I think $24.95. So you're actually getting three full-sized eyeshadows normally for $25, but if you use that $10 off coupon, you're getting them for $15. So $5 a pot, can't beat it, and I would definitely recommend this one. These are all available individually as well as in that trio for $25. So first we have up here just a really nice white highlight color with a slight sheen. That's the shade 06. And then we have a more beige, yellowy based highlight shade. That is in the shade 08. And then we've got my favorite of all of Bourjois single eyeshadows, the number 74. And you can see it's just a beautiful sort of purple toned brown. It kind of reminds me of the Chanel Illusion d'Ombre shade in Eblouis. It's just a beautiful sort of reddy purpley brown. I love it. I'm wearing it in my crease today. It's beautiful all over the lid. It's beautiful in the crease. I just adore it. I just adore it. And I'm wearing a combination of these types of colors on my eyes today. Thoroughly recommend that trio. Now, depending on the price line that you go to, this may be with the Bourjois stand or it may be in another section. So if you don't see it with the other Bourjois products, definitely ask for it. It's a trio of their little round pots, and it comes in a box like this with the three single eyeshadows, and it's the only combination of shades that I've seen available in a trio like that. So you can only get those three in that combination if you're interested in taking advantage of that deal. On to mascaras. Now, one of my favorite mascaras of late has been the Volumizer mascara. I originally went and purchased this because Tanya Burr from Pixie 2 Woo talks about this quite often as her favorite mascara, and I do like it. It's one of those two-step mascaras where you're supposed to use this wand for lengthening and separating first, and then because of a special mechanism in there, when you unscrew the second brush, it's a different brush basically that's applying, and this one's for volumizing. You get really clumpy mascara on there. It does dry out. Mine's tending to dry out and get quite clumpy now. I use the step 2 first, the volumizing brush, just to get chunks of mascara on my lashes, and then I'll go in with the step 1 wand, which does help to distribute the mascara and separate and define each lash. So that's the way I'm using this mascara. I do quite like this volumizer mascara. It's definitely gotten thumbs up from me in favorites videos before, so that may well be worth going out and grabbing from Priceline with this $10 off deal before the end of the month. Couple of other mascaras that I have enjoyed, all of them quite volumizing. The first Bourjois mascara that I ever used was their Volume Clubbing Mascara. I originally bought the Volume Clubbing Mascara because Marlena from Makeup Geek recommended it. This is going back probably 2 or 3 years ago. I also had the Volume Clubbing Ultra Black. This is the one that is the plus dramatic look. Apparently ultra resistance, and I'm not sure if this one is waterproof or not. This one has a double-sided volumizing brush with product reservoirs, vinyl formula enriched with intense black mineral pigments, tested and loved by clubbers. So I do really like their volume clubbing mascaras. And then lastly, a mascara that I have not used. I have seen the Pixie Woo girls using this. It's the Volume Fast and Perfect. This is one that has an on switch, and when you turn it on, the mascara wand actually turns. So instead of using your wrist to turn the mascara as you pull it through your lashes and turn to distribute the product, it sort of does it for you. So I think this one might be a bit gimmicky. I bought it to give it a try just to see if it was a bit easier or how it went on. It does claim that it gives you a false lash effect in just 30 seconds. I think Sam Chapman, who I remember using this, thought that it was pretty nifty at the time. I'm not sure, haven't used it yet, but that's available if that is something that appeals to you. I also have a few of the Bourjois clubbing liners. These are apparently ultra resistant. These are liquid eyeliners. They all have a brush on the end. I do quite like these liquid liners. They go on really quite opaquely. The brush is very nice for applying. So from the top we have the Absolute Black, we have the Brown Vibe, the Bronze Dance Floor, which is more of like a greeny type colour, and then the Electro Blue. I'm just going to get that closer to the camera so that you can see the shades. So the black, the brown, the green and the blue. They're still wet, you can see, but they do dry down. We're onto the lips, and then lastly the nail polishes. I want to share with you the lip products that I have because there's some really nice lip products in the Bourjois range. First of all, I did get this product from a subscription box, but I love it not only for the nifting packaging, but the colour is quite pretty too. It's their Sweet Kiss Nature lipstick in the shade number 13, or Rose Passion. It's really cool. It comes in this plastic sort of outer casing with a little button, and when you press the little button, the lipstick pops out. And this is a nice shade, the number 13. It's a wearable red, if you can see it just there. It's not, you know, too glaringly red, but if you want just, you know, a bit more colour just to brighten up the face, it's a really nice red. It's quite sheer. I do like that as a sort of daytime wearable red that's not going to make you really conscious of it all day long. Another cool product is one of those sort of skin adapting lip glosses. This is their Rose Exclusive Transforming Lip Gloss. It transforms into a bespoke pink, adapts to the pH of your lips, and I really like their lip gloss packaging. They all have the little brush at the end rather than a sponge tip applicator. I've just applied it next to the red. It goes on clear, and as I show you the other glosses that I have, you're going to watch the colour change in response to the heat or the pH on my arm. So I have 5 more glosses to share with you. The first one is in the shade 23 Framboise Magnifique, and this is the shade that I'm actually wearing on my lips right now. It's a beautiful, beautiful sort of cool toned, really glittery pink, and that's it there, if you can see, next to the Rose Exclusive. And then the next one I have is a light pink with sort of a blue tinged duochrome. This is 3-dimensional shine in the shade 15 Rose Arctic. I think I saw either Pixie Woo or Pixie 2 Woo wearing this one in one of the tutorials probably about a year ago. And this is just a really nice, more of just a cream pink. This is what that one looks like. It's just more of like a purple, a light milky type pink shade. And then the last one here is 3D Effect Balm Action Moisture 8-Hour Lip Gloss. This one is in the shade number 48, Rose Romantic. This is a lighter glittery lip gloss that I do like quite a bit. Definitely sort of gives you more of that frosty kind of glittery effect. This is a nice one to use as a highlight in the center of your lips. You can see it there, really quite sort of foiled and frosty. And you can see there that second shade along is definitely adapting to the pH and the warmth on my arm. So that's the Rose Exclusive coming up there, that second shade next to the red. It's really quite a pretty color on my lips. I really like it quite a bit. So I got two lip glosses from the Lade Nudes 3D Effect range. You can see the two shades here. This bottom one, more beigey pink, is the 33, and then this more pinky pink is the number 34. And this is them swatched here on my hand, the 33 and then the 34. You can see more beigey, more pinky. They're just really nice lip glosses that aren't too sticky, and there's just some beautiful shades available. With that $10 off, you definitely can't go wrong. The Bourjois lip glosses definitely get a thumbs up from me. And then the final thing that I wanted to share with you that I own in my Bourjois collection is one of my favorite nail polishes. These are the Anti-Choc No Chips range. There's not many colors. I think there might be about 6 colors available. It says that it gives you 2 times stronger nails. I really like their lid design. It's really easy to get these bottles open. This is the number 14. Then this one here is the number 16. The one here is 17, followed by the one on the end, a really nice sort of purpley color, is the number 19. I really love not only the shades of these nail polishes, but I do really think that they go on beautifully. I think that they do last longer than the average nail polish, but I do want to make you aware of the brush. It's got that angled brush, so some people are going to find that easier to apply their nail polish with. Some people are not going to like that as much as just a regular flat brush. I really like it. I am able to apply this nail polish really quite nicely with just 2 coats. I find that it lasts quite a long time, and I really like these nail polishes in general. Of all the nail polishes I've ever tried, these are probably in my top 4. Bourjois does also have quite a few lip pencils available, as well as quite a few different eyeliners available. Nothing has really impressed me too much in the shade range or the longevity of the pencils or the creaminess of the pencils. I haven't really been impressed either with the lip or the eye pencils, so I don't own any of those and can't comment. If you have any other products from Bourjois, definitely comment down below. People will find it quite useful, I'm sure, to hear what is recommended, what people really like, or what you would warn people to stay away from. I think that's just as helpful as the other. So I'll share with you my picks that I would recommend from Bourjois. I definitely think that of all the different makeup ranges that is available at Priceline, as far as foundation goes, Bourjois just has an excellent product offering. I definitely would recommend every single Bourjois foundation that I have, depending on your skin type and the kind of foundation that you like to wear and for what occasion. The Healthy Mix foundations are beautiful depending on your skin type, the regular or the Healthy Mix Serum, the gel foundation. Definitely I would recommend the Flower Perfection for those who like heavier coverage that lasts fairly well throughout the day and helps to minimize pores with quite a good coverage and a more matte finish. And I would definitely recommend from one day of use this 123 Perfect foundation. I think it's a great foundation. I really enjoyed it after one day. Packaging of all of those foundations are excellent, and definitely I think Bourjois just does a good job with the foundations. The other picks for the face would include the bronzer that looks like this, the Delice de Soleil bronzing powder with the swiveling mirror. I do really like that. It's a beautiful shade that I have in the light to medium. I really like that quite a bit. Really nice packaging and a nice smooth creamy powder. I also do really like the Sculpting Effect blush duo that I have. I really like the shades 05 Teint Matte Rose Doré. You can see there next to my little finger. I definitely would recommend that. Beautiful shades again. The eyeshadows, I would recommend the eyeshadows. Normally they're quite pricey. With this trio, excellent value. I would definitely recommend, if you are curious about Bourjois eyeshadows, to run out and see if you can find those left at Priceline while you've still got that $10 off deal. And then also these trios. This is definitely my favorite pick of the trios, 02 or Baroque. I do quite like their liquid liner, the clubbing liners, whatever sort of shade you might like the look of, whether it's the black or the bright blue. I do like those as far as liquid liners that you can pick up from Priceline. Their mascaras, I really like that volumizer mascara and would recommend picking that up. If you do like the idea of that two-step mascara, that is quite a nice one. I do also really recommend their lip glosses. They're not too sticky, really pretty shades, really nice. I do like those lip glosses quite a bit. And then finally the nail polishes, they definitely do get a big thumbs up from me. So there are a few hits and misses here for me, even from the products that I have purchased from Priceline. They are my picks that I would recommend that you go and check out from the Bourjois range at Priceline, especially before the end of the month. I will post that link down below. And again, do let us know down in the comments what Bourjois products you really like, what Bourjois products you would recommend that others stay away from. That's always very helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you're able to take advantage of this fantastic offer from Bourjois and Priceline. Thank you so much for watching and have a beautiful day. See you all again really soon. Bye.